Hello, my U-Turn family. Welcome to the U-Turn Show. If you are new, this is a platform for empowering our communities through impactful conversations, real life stories, and resources for youth and women. Every Saturday at 1 p.m. Eastern Time, we gather here to spotlight voices that challenge limits and those that reminds us that real change begins the moment we choose to turn in a new direction, to make a U-turn. So, if you are navigating change in your life, looking for clarity, or building the next big thing, you belong here. So, share this conversation and stick with us as we begin the real talk, real growth, real U turn.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the show. Today, we take a moment to talk about something that affects nearly every young person, and that is about money, opportunity, and the choices that we make in life rapidly in the changing digital world. At the U-turn, the idea has always been simple but powerful. Life can change direction when people gain the right information and the right mindset and the courage to act, like in everything. A single decision can change your direction, a new perspective, a new skill can completely change and shift someone's path. So today our topic is money meets mindset, winning with discipline and digital skills in 2026. So we are living in a time where smartphones can be a classroom, workplace can, or a business tool can be an opportunity, and opportunities are no longer in offices or big cities. So whatever thing that you have right now, whether it can be a smartphone or another thing, so it can be a source of information for you. So today, we'll really cover a lot. We'll really understand it, how mindset shapes financial success, which digital skills actually matters today, and why many people are really struggling with money. So, if you are a student, if you are a professional, uh, an entrepreneur, then today's show is the right fit for you. So, we will dive into this conversation, and I have to welcome my next colleague to take us through the first question, and this is why we're here today. Welcome. Akwal, can you take it from me if you're the next person?
Yes, thank you so much. So the question is, and I'm looking at, they say women love money, but Kuri Joy also loves money and he's a man. so, so, so Kuri Joy doesn't love money. So the discussion, the first question talk about, what does it mean to say that money meet mindset? Like what is the meaning of money meet mindset, right? And for me, I just want to just sit back. I remember one conversation we had here with one of a young lady, a youth, Monica Malis, and she was sharing her example. As a student, she was a undergraduate student, Nairobi University, and she said she had this mindset of of making money, of sustaining herself. Despite being a student, she can make her own money on campus. And she shared a journey of how she made chapatis on campus and go door to door, sell them to other students who needed chapatis, and she was making money. So that is not using digital skill, but just using like whatever technology she has, cooking, whatever resource you have at your disposal to make money. So at that conversation, I know that what she had was she had a mindset, right? And that mindset ended up generating money despite the situation she was in. Now bring it back to our digital world right now, a digital economy where young people, those who are born in 2010, or no, not 2010, say 2005, are millionaires because of using their digital skill online. They go viral on TikTok, sharing content that many people want. So the difference there is not like the skill they have, it's the mindset that here the neo technology, this is what people want, and this is how we can make money. So I just want to anchor this conversation from my perspective, a perspective of young people, of having that mindset of not depending, but to actually create pathways to make money. So I will want to throw these, maybe that's my understanding, but I want to hear from my favorite Puri George, why is mindset just as important as a skill when it comes to financial success, especially for young people? I know you youth advocate and you always talk about discipline and mindset. Why is it mindset important when it comes to making money? And you can throw it to the next one.
Yeah, thank you so much, Akwal and Chol, for introducing the topic that we are supposed to really discuss today. So, mindset, it is one of the active drivers that drive human being. Okay, so if you do not have clarity, if you do not have good mindset, technically you will not know where you are going. Okay, and that's why mindset is really crucial in every step. So when we are trying to blend it with money, so money mindset, basically it means your understanding toward money. Okay, not just how much you earn, but how do you use that money, or what is your view regarding that money? And that's where we are going to really dwell much in, because if you understand how you are supposed to use money, or and not how do you call, and not money itself or how they generate it, that's where you will have different with someone. Okay, so money mindset in this digital age, it it is you to have enough understanding in how to make money, be it remotely, be it in person. Try as much as possible to go out there and to really make something that can sustain you. And everything that I have said is being uh, is being governed by what is so-called mindset. If you have the right mindset, you can cultivate many perspective or many aspect of life, or how to generate money. So yeah, that's the little thing that I can share on the introduction that you guys have given. And yeah, I don't know, Halakir, what do you think about that? Money and mindset, the intersection, basically.
Um, yeah, I think the having a mind that you can always look around you and see what you can do to generate income is a good place to start. But I want to share my favorite song that I've been listening to a lot. I don't know the whole song, but it says "Ran chilo sukulija chirkalia wengde." So, in that context, Ranchu will understand or has the mindset to understand how money work, which means you always have something in the process. And kia tit kabraloy, and na chawu chakachayo, you have a good mindset, you've gotten a job, but achieving it, nana deke woku, bakamaidi, then mindset will be in fail even after working for a long time. And we've chatted about this. Me and Akwal looking at aging immigrants from our background in this country, had amazing jobs, worked for government, but ended up not having enough to retire. So that's the mindset, yeah. Well, if you don't have the money mindset, how you can plan your future, then you might end up making a lot of money and still end up with nothing in the end. So, coining money mindset, I would say, are people, regardless of the environment, know how to apply themselves, how to apply the same skill to the money they have earned, such that they are well set up for a future that they desire, not to wake up one day and they're 70 or 80 and they're shocked that there's not enough money for groceries, or they don't live where they want to live, they don't own things that they desire, they don't have enough money to take care of their Aging and illnesses are a thing that's so expensive where we live, so they don't have enough money to take care of their needs as they age. So I believe that's where my understanding of money mindset come from. Now, for young people, um, the mindset, you don't really need to be in business school to identify that people value something. You look around, you see, okay, Monica Malit look around and saw people value having breakfast. And what can she do to fulfill that need? Make chapati and go to their door, buy product to people, and they will literally buy it and you make money from that. You didn't have to go to school to study all that. You had to look around to and think could be identify yung core. In the digital economy connected, you look around you, it's all using internet. You look on the internet, what is trending nowadays? What can people use? Um, I have my niece who literally uses WhatsApp for her business. She goes and buy things, posts them on WhatsApp story, and people buy it. Not a lot of people use WhatsApp for business in that sense. So I would say money mindset, it's something you can learn if you're open to it. It's something um, people watching today can learn from the U-turn. I'm also looking forward to learning from everyone. Yeah, I will pass it on to, I don't know who needs to go next. Joel? The other Joel with no photo.
Yes, thank you, Alakir. Thank you, everybody. And let me start from where she stopped. Money, money, money. Everyone love money. Everybody. And everybody desire money. But which mindset do you have to have that money? Let me just give you my simple story. One time I work at the university as a student work program. Very, very, very little money. Very, very little, and the workload is too much. But because there was a need for me to have that money at that very moment. So to me, having money is, first of all, what do we really understand by money? And what value come with the money? If you know the value that money gives, then it will be very easy to change your mindset. And if we don't know the value of the money, it will be very hard to have a mindset that can go along with the money. This year, I comment on a call, a post, a personal post, that this year I will keep money like cows. That was a 2026 mindset of me. So to me, we have to really understand that money is very important. Second to it, there was another time I was thinking between money and value and dignity and everything. Then I came to something that I wrote down and say, everything is very controversial, but let me say it. Not everything that need money. Come again. Sorry, let me leave it. I forgot. So what I want to say is that money is, we need to value the money. And if we, then our minds will shift. Our way of thinking will shift. You will not say that I will not do this. You will be in position to look at what will generate money, regardless. So that's very, very important. If you want to be content creation, if it will bring money, you will do it. So you will not put cultural norms or barriers that come with it. So can ke waja nang right chip in mindset, but now quick with man that with a take it, then deaf cultures that I'm going to who are affected. So today we shall learn more about money and mindset. Thank you.
John, you're up.
Yeah, sure. Sorry, I was off. I joined using my phone and I joined, but I forgot to put it on charger. So I had to request for the link from Chol and to rejoin from my laptop. So yeah, it's really a great discussion, and it's my pleasure to be here today. I've been seeing you guys, especially Akwala, on Facebook. Those of Query Judge, my great friend Joel Adida. Your uncle is here, so yeah. So it's it's a great topic to talk about money. Like different people have different perspective or mindset on how they see how will they get money, and or okay, for me, because it's good to give an example of yourself rather than like going around and giving more explanation on, maybe it may not suit the people, but you need to talk from the something that resonate with you. So for me, what really drives me to look for money, here in Africa we have a lot of challenges. So basically, if you are just there staying in your comfort zone, and at the end of the day, uh, you still face those challenges, and they are going nowhere. So I have to struggle very hard to make sure that Kadian Carvalho alloy, because I have my sibling or have other people who are able to get some financial support. So for me, that's forced me that mindset of like having someone who is like watching after me, and at the end of the day they want me to provide for them. That mindset give me a little push to go further, look for opportunities, either having a great idea uh, like that of Monica, whereby she was selling chapatis to our fellow students. So yeah, that's one way of getting money. There are other people who will use their skills to acquire money, so that that financial burden that you are facing, you will be relieved of, because once at the end of the month you get that money, you use it to to cater for your needs, and those people also like need help from you. So I think one of the people that maybe I can is Quill. So Quill is like doing a lot of things, and I don't think it's because of his own making that he's really wants money, because you can have that little amount of money that you maybe need at the end of the month, but you'll have to look. So you are working every day, so why do you have to work every day and it is only you? But because of someone who is watching at you, and they want support, you'll have to go further, and Bakaloi. So Quir is one of those guys. Quir is really doing a lot of great things. Is a supportive guy. So those are the things that shape our mind, and to look for money. Chendang, there's nothing else that you can do with money. For example, now there's a thing we usually joke with Quir. So I told him, now, because you are looking for money, now you need to be an independent so, and he was like he was trying to laugh, and because we do make a lot of jokes. So yeah, if you have money, you will not work, but since it is not there, to shape our mindset on a lot of things in life. So to go look for it, and then we satisfy our needs. So Yeah, so having family and the people that I support, that's what shape my mindset about how I will be looking for money and how to sustain myself and other stuff. So I think calling our next person, so you can just take it from here.
Yeah, okay, I can take from here. So, to answer the question, what do we understand by money-made mindset? So, for me, what I see is that we are talking about money and the mindset, and the two are connected, right? So, we want them to meet, and we discuss the relationship that they have. So, when we talk about money, that many people do understand money in different way, and for me, when I hear money, what comes to my mind is how to get it, like earning money, that's income, how to invest it, invest the money to either in business or what. That's the thing that come to our mind when we talk about money, and also how to save it. That is also connected with money. And so, and also talk about mindset. We talk about what do you think about money? What is your attitude toward money? Because we, as youth or people, we have different mindset toward money. Some people just need to earn money to solve the problem that they have immediately, like me. There are some point in life whereby I, I, I have to make money because I really need something. Could be I need clothes or what. So I have to make money for that specific thing, right? So when I make the money and get that, my business money is done, right? That's me. To other people, when they make money, so it could be they need to save, they need to invest in make the business, and that's it. So we are here talking about the connection, the relationship that the money have. And when I talk about the attitude toward money, there are some statements that we usually make, especially as youth in, let me say, when we don't have any knowledge about money, or mostly when we are still in our parent houses or maybe being supported by our elders, you be like, money just come and go, right? You make, sorry to say that, but those statements we usually make them when we are being given money by someone when we are not making that money, right? You don't know how to make, you don't know the sweat, the pain that you go through when you make that money. You be like the money come and go. Or sometimes also when we make money, but we still don't know the value of the money and why we need money. But when we understand that you need money, you need to save money, you need to know how to earn the money, you need to invest money. So such mindset, right? The mindset that tell you need to invest, you need to save, you need to know how you get that money. So that's what we are going to discuss today and talk today on the U-Turn show. And everything is about discussion. And they always say in Jeng that "Alwa, you learn until you die, right? We're about. Yes, you can learn from me today. I can learn from Kwe today. I can learn from Akwal today. And all of us have challenges when it comes to money. And all of us have made mistakes when it comes to money, right? So through dialogue, we can share and learn. So for me, I understand that money. When I talk about money, I think about the income or how to earn the money, how to save the money, how to invest the money, and the mindset is what do I do with the money when I get it? And I think we shall uh, talk about it more later. So from here, I'll keep it to Kuribia. Tell us what he understand about money meet mindset. Kwir.
Uh, Okay, actually, I think I will go before Quir. Quir will come, and the next question is about how does personal discipline influence financial growth and career success? Of all the things that we have talked about the mindsets a lot, and something that we have been missing is the discipline that we have. What normally distinguish the people who are progressing and the people who are stuck is the discipline. It's not that we don't have money. We all have. The little that you have, how disciplined are you to the little money that you have? So sometimes, often, we tend to deviate away from the fact that we are not disciplined. If you lack the personal discipline, then you will do nothing with the little that you have. If you lack the discipline, you will do nothing with the big money that you have. Some people have often get some opportunities and they tend to work in luxurious jobs and other things. And at the end of the day, you may find someone has fallen off a track and people will be asking themselves, what really happened? What really transpired that someone has to move from NCA and is now here in the village? You see, such cases are happening in our community. So oftentimes we need to understand what actually happened between people who are stuck and people who are progressing. So today, personal discipline is the key. So people who get opportunities sometimes and decline afterward, they tend to procrastinate. So they tend to waste time with the late. They tend to waste time. Like when you get an opportunity, you need to also look around and see how you can spend money. How you will really get more money. So spending impulsively, like you don't even have a target and what will really pay you back after you spending the money. So most time some people tend to fail, and disciplined people tend to work in a different track. They tend to spend their money. They tend to learn on daily basis. They tend to track their money. How is your money progressing? So of all the things that we are talking about, the mindset and other things. So the mindset of 10, it's about the discipline that you have yourself. We are all not disciplined. I can say myself, often when I get money, I tend to think of luxurious things. I cited an example the other time to a call, and when I first received my first stipend, I got excited, and it was some good money. I had a second thought. I had my this Samsung that the camera is not that nice, so I had that thought of maybe getting an iPhone 13 or 14, something of that kind. And then a good mindset, a personal discipline came in, and was like, with the PC that you have right now, and you're someone of technology, with time, this will not be of good use to you. So why can't you add up and you get something good? So, that had to think in the right direction. That mindset changed immediately, and I let go the iPhone and I got my PC. You can see now as if I'm in the USA and Canada. It's because of the laptop that I got easily. So discipline sometimes entails everything. So that's all I can say, and maybe I will welcome the next person, and that is Quiri George, and to re-echo something about discipline, something that I might have left out. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you so much, Chol. Discipline is one of the root that will help you a lot when it comes to financial literacy or anything related to finances. And discipline is kind of hard. I'm still struggling at some point with some aspect of discipline, but some aspect I have really done well. So, yeah, for you to be disciplined enough, you need to try as much as possible to visualize your finances. Okay, so most of us, we just do, there's a technical term whereby you just track your things in your mind. I forgot that term, I read it in a certain book. So, and that thing will never make you disciplined, honestly, because if you just spend and you do not have any tracking sheet. For me, I have a basic Excel sheet that I use. Okay, like I have I have money that I have assigned daily. Like if I have squandered that money for that day, if it means that I'm going to sleep without eating, then I will do that. Okay, so that is that. So that is discipline. So for you to really manage money well, you need to be disciplined enough. And how do you do that? You need to have that simple mindset of giving yourself a certain threshold. Like if I spend this amount of money, or if this amount of money has reached this limit, then I'm not going any further. Okay, and secondly, make sure that every money that you earn, it has stack. You know, if there's what is so called loose money. Loose money is just is any money that you have in the pocket. There is nothing attached to it. Okay, like you can spend it for anything. So if your money are always in loose form, they do not have any specific tag on them, then you are doing it the wrong way. So ako biran biatem ba woku wala wokun token yin ba ke yatem ko ba ke yen chika chata ya ba kan wuti wan wen bene nang lunde na ye wen chin nom lunde it became jal chatting. So kana let's use that mindset ku be wo kada. So kichwal personal discipline yana ka korot ku personal discipline ay use e ka gake. So non ladies, if you are struggling anang bunga kwen ayel wele ya bunga nyir, but anything nang money I che anche kadang wede yet anche pol wede yet kar ko wen yana kwala lwelo kwera niarwe at some point, at all point in fact. So and on there where we are yung kaya di jogal well kwer na yini pin na mo ben bi ada hindu ka chin muloy cause I'm walking everywhere kwang korbo. So anang bung kana ay all the smart money woman. So a bung pia that akwai man white. So a bunga na is a story nya kata thin, but anyone can use those principles. Yeah, knowledge. So you can really learn ko ba kadang ba banang much understanding, and don't let yourself be deceived, be in your line of good spender, big spender, no very actual big spender a channel dodge fool little bit. So do not tell you fool well nang big spender game. So big spender era and you do not have any plan with kadang. So all in all, make sure you do budgeting and you track all your expenses. So let me give it to Alakir from here. Thank you.
Thank you, Queer Judge. I'll get the book. I think I need some discipline. I'm using those principles to to guide me. Don't know which question we are on.
Display pain.
How does personal discipline influence financial growth and career success? How does? Okay, so yeah, I think aji kure jwaja chato in the question kana personal discipline in your habits kayi kaloi every day your choices they influence your financial growth and career success. As in, if you set a goal, this is how I say, how you live your days is how you live your life. So even though you do financial audit, but you haven't done your time audit, how do you spend your time? How much time do you have? Because I'm running the same 24 hours. So if you do your time audit and you find habits that usually ended up, making you not disciplined financially. When I was in college, I used to, if I'm really stressed out, I go hang out in the mall. And if you know, a mall is very shiny, very beautiful. The light there is very different. A different story na jaja ben ba then kuja account with your team. So I had to sit down and figure out where I spend my time and where those temptation to spend money, right? So hanging out in the mall, I had to replace it with hanging out in the library, because in the library, I'm not just there avoiding temptation, soup, quite enticed with advertisement, in the library, I have the opportunity to actually invest in my skills. I would read a good book. I would be on the internet researching how to invest my money or look for a new job. So this is how your discipline, in what you do every day, contribute or takes away from your future. The same thing in a career success. So if you say I want to be successful in my career, but you go to the cafe and you go spend money. I another habit. I like to go to the cafe and buy coffee, and I saw that was taking a lot of money from me. So instead of doing that, I had to replace it with another habit of going to free events. So anybody who has gone to school or uni, there is alumni engagement. There's always like alumni engagement center. So those alumni engagement, they have free events throughout the year, where they bring together alumni to come and connect, and that's where you find what your peers are doing. And I think it gives you a real good reality check to compare yourself, not in a bad way, but to look around you and say, hey, we went to the same school. What are people up to that we've gone to the same school with? And then we come and sit back and say, hey, I like what John is doing right now after school. How can I get there? And this is where also you put yourself in a place where you can get career mentors. You can go to them and say, hey, I want to be in your place. How do I get there? Or how do you like what you do? So personal discipline, Tiana applied in auditing my time. In terms of auditing how I spend money, it still need a lot of work. I really need help there. So I will read some books and see how it goes. But yes, I feel like the first thing you need to do is always documenting, writing things down. Chakala spend, come home at the end of the day and write down. Even simply just looking at your income, bills, expenses once a week, it will put you in a mental space to know exactly where you are financially. Because just thinking about it, you don't have an accurate picture. You think you know, but you really don't know. You need to write down, okay, these are the bills going out every single month. This is the big project that I'm contributing to. This is how much money is coming in. And if that money is enough to cover everything you've planned to do, great. If it's not enough, it's time to go back and sit down and say, hey, where can I use some of my time to earn extra income on the side? Or how can I use the money that I'm earning right now to generate more income for the future so I can meet my goals? So it's using willpower at a later date. So my approach has been, every year I set one big goal. That big goal is very expensive. Don't have money for it, but I have the privilege of accessing financial credit. Go get the credit, some money, and do that big project and then pay it back. It's not advisable because there's interest. It only works if you know you're going to be employed for that duration or the term of the loan. So that's how I've, achieve things I want to do, the big goals financially over time. But I'm hoping to step over to the other side of using what I already have instead of going to borrow money. Okay, Abaja I'll pass it on to the next person. If you're ready to speak, just go for it.
No, I'll go next immediately. I'm excited because the connection between financial growth and career growth is very intricate, and they are very really connected. Having financial discipline actually impact your long-term career growth. And about goal, one question here on qual, qual has, does money does the mindset influence money, or is it the money that influences the mindset? And I would say they influence each other. From my own story, the man want to walk the Bible more than Kakuma. So our mindset, a poor mindset, a poor money mindset, because I think we were already you. And so what we were in a survival mode. I remember, and it's connected to my career student. And to primary school, you were already, and I need money to buy job, and banana and work in lumber. Now young men, they use pressure lamp in center, so they raise money to buy, to contribute to pressure lamp bills. For me, I need Kudura. And my goal of Kudura was not to invest, was not to save, but was to spend it on what I need at the time. So it was a need-based, hustle. So that is, I was really hustling. So I need to Dumshen Kudura, Dumka Sukuma Wiki. And when I get the money, the next thing is to either buy book, buy, jazz for kerosene, buy clothes or change my school uniform or anything. So my mind was in survival, and I survived like that. Of course, I had family support, but it's always not enough. You all have to hustle, right? And I did. I had a scholarship later on in my high school, but I was still hustling, get money to spend. I had that mindset with me even when I came to Canada as a university student. So for the first few years in Canada, my relationship with money was very toxic. So I would just say in that language of relationship, it was very toxic because I was still in survival mode. I was working part-time, getting student loans, so I had a lot of money coming to my hand. But because I had poor mindset, I would just spend it. Okay, go fix them. No problem, dear. I tell you whatever I tell you, I know who cook para chiliage and got a neck, you have to contribute, put in money. All those projects, I want to be a good girl, And Balasu, Bala Metro Town, Kirinyala Kira, Vancouver Metro Town is the most beautiful lighting Metro Town. I love Le Chateau brand. And I just came from Kakuma and I was wearing brands, right? And human hair. I have my own human hair, and I've got a human hair. The face was that town. Jan, you 500, 300. I want to be beautiful. One day, actually, I sat down, and I was actually, and like I was helping a situation, a family, and because of that situation, I could not even pay my neck rent. I had to be Balanara Kir to give to help me at the time. I was like, man, I squandered everything. You can imagine how that relationship was with my money. Kir thankfully, rescued me. And from that time, I sat down and actually said, I need to improve this relationship. One way, I don't have it shouldn't be toxic. Now my mindset changed. Now I have growth mindset. From survival mindset, everything is coming, running out. Money come, money go, money come, money go. Now I had to revisit. And every relationship starts slow. So we started having, talking time. Okay, you're talking stage. And that talking stage is now where we sit down and see, what does it need to make a financial U-turn? You need to have discipline. Okay, back to the question. Now you have to read books, right? Now you need a talking stage. And I was reading different books. I read that book that she shared. I also read another book, How Smart Women Finish Rich. I read another book about like investing, like for dummies, investment for dummies. I did everything. Now I started to upgrade my mindset on money. After that, now I start having structure, right? Now I have a U-turn Excel. That's where now this issue of making U-turn, financial U-turn is. And when you make Excel, now you need to budget. Okay, I need to have my rent money saved so that I don't have to run for emergency next time. I have my rent, my food, I just cover. So those are basic needs. Some percentage I just help it. And then I upgraded. Like you, but I had to make decision. Do I need to wear fake hair and have nothing in my account, or even begging from friends, or I cannot have my natural human hair and it's still, and that's when I start questioning a lot of things where we are spending money, things that don't even add value. I feel more beautiful and more proud, more confident right now without those fake hair on yola yonkuri yola yolwaye. So my people, what I'm saying is it's a journey. So it's a journey. I can't it different not relevant. For me, it was that journey. It went that bad. That relationship went really bad until I had to say, okay, we need to revisit this relationship and start reading books, start preparing your mind. Now, how now bring it back to how it affect career. Now you lot you when you go to work, you're desperate, right? Your bills are can you pay in teaching no in and pay for interview. You will not get that job. And I shared that in one of my story. There was a business opportunity that I wanted to partner with my friends, and I don't have money. So I went to my bank and said, "Can you loan me?" They say no, because they know I don't have money and my relationship with money is bad. My credit's right. So now my career, you cannot get good job. You cannot, invest in opportunities that will bring more money. So it affects your growth. But now after I started having that structure, like, I use that 30, 50, 30, 20 rule. Now I start having some plan. Now my very stress, right? So now I go for job interviews, I cannot articulate my skills and that encore job, not because I'm desperate for money, but I have skills to provide. Now you change language, even with confidence. I know I need money, yes, that's why I need that job. But you are speaking from place of power, not from place of desperation. And that actually make your career growth. Your relationship with bank improve. Now I can borrow money because they know I pay back. They know I have, saving plan. I have things. So they have my track record. My financial resume is good. So for young people that are still, figuring it out, this is the talking stage. Take it as a relationship and start talking stage now. Read books, build structures, money, Excel sheet, saving plan. Make yourself ready. Set down. You can know structure, and your career will grow. Until I jam read because I'm very excited. Kwani I will try to declare. Okay, team name the chago. Yeah. All right, take it away. Yegala, John.
Yeah, sure, no problem. I'll just go next. So I will say that a discipline without a priority is lame. So if you are disciplined and you stick to your priorities, I think at the end of the day you will achieve what you had planned, because they say that goal differs with preferences or the thing that you do. So there are those who that have long terms and short term goals. So and those will be based on how you prioritize things. So if for example, let's say I'm having like $200 now and I don't know what will happen tomorrow, then something come across my mind that I want to buy, maybe a new training clothes that is in the market. Then and I will just rush and buy that clothes, and the next thing or the next day, I'm just receiving a phone call that, oh, your brother is sick or your mother is sick, and I've already like spent that money. So you see, it will torture you mentally, because you had that money but you spend it on the wrong thing. So discipline also come with waiting, so you need to wait, and you prioritize on the thing that you think that are important. So for me, I will tend to keep that amount of money and see, and that is my principle. I will have to keep some amount of, because I know any time from nowhere you'll just receive, or you may face a challenge along the way, and that challenge may be something that is overwhelming, and you have like spent all your money. So what will you do next? And for me, I don't like borrowing. So so that is my principle. I don't like borrowing, so I just like to have my money, keep my things. So even if it is very little, I will just keep it and use my money in the most available thing, or the based on the priorities. So which one will come first, which one will come. If it is less important to me. So why should I consider it and make it a big agenda? So I'll just put it at my back and just focus with what is very important, and that is the mindset people should have when you are dealing with money. So you need to be disciplined with yourself, and you need to put first what is the priority, so that you will make like upright decision on money, because money is something that you have it today, tomorrow you don't have it. So but if used wisely for things that will have impact, so for example, you can invest your money, which of maybe you invest it today, and in return tomorrow you'll have that money back, rather than like spending that money. So your money should not be like a liability, but it should be something that you know be there. Let's just say an asset, because an asset is something that will be there. But for a liability, you'll spend it, and the next day it is not there. So for me, I will just I'll say that prioritize, put the most important thing at the top. Let it be like the top thing that you are targeting, and then those less petty stuff, let them be just there. You will not die. So if you don't have a phone, you will not die. You can even buy the other small phone called Rebecca. As long you communicate with people, they will get you. Yeah, but let's say that you want to pay for school fees. So will you have that money? Maybe use if you have used your school fees for buying the phone. So it's going to have like a negative impact in your school. So it is really good to align some, you categorize, as you said it earlier, like 50, 30, and 20 rule, whereby I think that is like based on priorities, because if you see 50, 30, and 20, it's really good, because it goes from the biggest to the smallest. So we need to prioritize our agendas, and make good use of our money. So maybe I don't know who's going to be the next person. Adija, yeah, Adija, you can go from here.
Okay.
Hello.
Mayela.
Oh,
Yes.
okay, yeah, sure, you can go ahead.
Okay. And before can network dia go react. Financial discipline. Okay, etong career, by the way, is one of the toughest things. First of all, you will value if you get money fast. Kemal ba koncho tu karit jakal wong. Ocho koncho tu kakar. It give you a nang pionda gamin, but you want to be a savior. By the way, in our Canada stage, the issues granted be stress. Actually, I used to be thinking about people problem. People problem, and they are not are endless, by the way. I check on to. So, then we will come outside, to Western world. At least you can switch off the phone, or you can do anything to avoid an actually video. But don't go to Juba. We don't see that work always, but you find that people are on your neck. So, give me some guideline. Manada, loye uti punigayo. Tamba, put them in categories. If you get 10% put on saving, 10% or 20% investment, put those small, and put some for emergency, for all this. Everything can burn around, either medical, either school fees. So allocate some money, so that sometimes tinangen get into people will always bring their problems. Any ran take a bugwalo into minor ran in yan in look nyatok a lot of issues. Man idea bay all these ran wala all this is stage. Wajang by the way. And for you but unless you will see that this money I used to say young man the money is here. Eh? I used to have that feeling. I feel that I'm very guilty. How are you guilty? I see money. Somebody is dying in the hospital. Why should I? Eh? So when talking in con value man again anang che when do can anang ko do no manang ko mun no me when then it will help you to minimize the spending. But without that, then yeah, still we are on that stage of Kenkugualo, Chakwala, I see the take, but for me, I'm still on that stage fighting it. Inshallah. Thank you.
Dorcas, it was you.
Okay. I'm just going to add little to number 2, then I think we can begin number 3. So yeah, the fact is that it is not easy, by the way. Financial discipline, no, it's not really easy. And okay, anything for me, I just realized lately, anything to do with discipline. It's just a war within you. You gotta really fight within you, right? To make sure that, because I don't know if it is me, but there is that stage whereby you see this is really good, but due to like you are comfortable doing something that really pleases you, right? But you know that it's not good, but you just feel, let me say you are comfortable watching movies and you have a lot of tasks to do. Let me say you are comfortable going to the market, then you see any nice shoes and a nice clothes and a nice dress, you just buy it because that is really nice, right? And I think that is due to having money when you don't even know what you want to do with that money, right? Because when the money comes, there's that course that we did with the U-turn fellows, U-turn method course, and we have talked about these things, and Paul gave us shit on how you can, when your money comes, immediately before you do anything, you make sure that you divide the money, right? And you realize that, yeah, there's nothing that is left and everything is occupied up. Yeah, it is the struggle, all of us are struggling. But the fact remains that when you are still in that stage, for me, yeah, I know I have never done that, but I've seen many people doing it. You just go to the market and you want to buy something. Maybe you are going for something, maybe, but you saw very nice shoes, eh? Then you want to buy it. You just you leave the other one and you buy it, or maybe you have some money that you just kept, but you saw a nice shoes or a nice dress, you just buy it. Most of the user like that. And there's one of the women that I found on YouTube. She's very old and she was interviewed that if she's to go back to her younger self, what can she do better? And she said that she will never waste money buying utensils. That the way she bought a lot of utensils in her life, that some of them were just in wardrobe, doing nothing with them in her in her youthful age, and the way she bought a lot of clothes and a lot of shoes, that right now at her old age she wonder what the hell was that, eh? And she said that whenever you dress well and you go outside, that none even can stop you and say, hey, you have a very beautiful dress. Only those that want to flatter around with your life can do that. But that comment, even if they say, hey, your dress is nice, beautiful, they will really add nothing, right? So she said that if she go back, she will not do that. She would rather save that money or maybe help other people, because that is really useless. It has no value. And let me tell you, I don't know. I think all of us, the more you age, right, you look back, there's some stupid thing that you did, especially when it comes maybe to money usage or what. there are very many things that you always learn as you grow. And that's why I think in most cases it's good to listen to those old people. There are a lot of the mistakes that they wish they can go back, whereby you can use them to change yourself or do that on your behalf instead of them, because those regret or those experiences came through a lot of distance that they have moved. And if you are in the younger age that they wish they can go back and correct things, you can do that. So it is a struggle and everything. And what I also realized that it is everything is mindset, right? If you are struggling with self-discipline in everything, but you have not yet seen the thing that you are doing, you have not seen the bad side, you will never leave it or change. But when you have a bad side, like this one is not good, like this, you tell your mind that it's not good, surely you'll get away with it, right? Like we say, not saving money well is not good, or big spending is not good. It's not good like this. And tell your mind it's not good, and I don't want to involve myself in it again, right? You will not. But you will just be like, "Ah, it's not good, but you have not really made a step that is not good, and you will not come back to it, you will still go to it." But the fact that life is always there to make us change. So someone told me that change come by force, whether you want or not to come, yeah. And for sure to come by force. So that's the comment I can give on that point. And to start question number 3, let me start question number 3. Question number 3 is about the digital skill that are paying you today in our time. There was one of the first that I made when that guy said that that some of the youth today in South Sudan that have graduated, they're just in the houses, right? They're just staying in the houses, doing nothing in their uncle's home. They are just there, frustrated, and they are doing nothing. And there's a term that was used to, is it? There was a term that was used. And the other day I
Domestic,
met it. A domestic
domestic,
animal.
domestic animal.
So then I posted and I say that now we domestic animals should just try to learn a lot of digital skill and we also. And yeah, many people commented on my post that it is not something that is valid, and also some in my inbox that it is not possible in South Sudan. So what I say, one of them is one of them. Most of the digital skill today includes learning online or most of the online skill, right? Like managing a managing website or managing or social media platform for the other companies. And those are online job, and many youth are earning from there. And also like content creation. Let me say, when I say content creation, I know South Sudan is non monetized, right? Even Uganda is non monetized. But there are very many South Sudanese youth that are staying in other monetized countries, let me say like Kenya and Egypt. And we have seen now most of the South Sudanese Egyptian that are utilizing the shan, right? And they are now earning from it. Even most of them that are in Kenya that can do content creation. It could be even consistent posting every time about something that you love or what. So, and I know in South Sudan is not there, but there are very many South Sudanese right now, like those that are doing comedy or what, and that are staying in a monetized country like Kenya or maybe Egypt, and they are doing that. So there are also a lot of skill like graphic designing, right? Designing a poster or designing other thing that most companies today do really need them. And there are also a lot of many digital skill that we, like let me say, South Sudanese youth can use, especially those that have got opportunities that have left the country and they're in monetized countries. They can really try to position themselves online and they learn and do things better. So sorry for those that are back home, but for those that are in those monetized country like Kenya, if you are in Kenya, you are staying there for a long time, and you want to use the opportunity of having doing content online, you can with time. I think there are very many that are benefiting through that. And when we say like for me when I made that post, so it was like now I'm talking about something that is not possible, right? But many people have seen they shine through that. They are really trying and doing a lot of things. Like let me say about graphic designing and even video editing. Yes, many people are really they are really learning through that. Like let me say, you can see now that there are very many pages that are coming up right now in, like let me say, those of Pisayuko Media and all those things. You can see the graphic design that those people are doing, and I know those are the people that they have employed and they are working. And okay, there are very many. Even all of us are trying, right? And when we just come here, we are not here to say that for me, I have hunt through that, I have hunt through that. So that is personal thing. But yes, many people are surviving through that. Yes, it is not because when I just post now, I've got job through this online thing and this one like this. But when people come and talk about it, that is reality, and many people are doing it. And the question will be where to get that or where to learn those skills. That could be the question for us used to us, and we make sure we go out and learn. One of the elders that is in Australia, and we always sometimes talk and discuss, he told me that, Douglas, the problem that we have, that we youth, is that we don't sit down, like you want to do something, you don't sit down and imagine what that will cost, right? Like, I now want to be a content creator. What will that cost, right? And what skills should I gain or learn to get that? Because, and he told me that, the reason why most of the white, or let me say white people succeed, they don't just jump into something. You must know, like, which strategy should you use to do that? What skill do you want? Which strategy are you going to use? How are you going to reach that goal? It can even take you a year, right? To make sure you get the strategies and the skill. Then now you start something. And that's why. Okay, someone is saying that I should talk in Dinga. Okay, most of us, like what you work there, na lwel ku anong ka ju yen ko yen ko yo online, or maybe kaka media kaloro chike pide. So kacha lwel ni anong ka ju to man ba content alo ye ba lui post on media every time. Kay badi minong designing, graphic design, nguben posters media nguben ba kaya loy. Kay ba video editing ba ya loy man anong ko videos kan ni loy post. Kucha lwel han kula an video ya nye lui edit pet loy ko neka pet. Ile ba wuyo kiti. Or maybe na no random media ne chama me say now you turn is here. Wa anong chan you turn blue keep a lot of things lo man be post lo be lo post up lo ben. I know many people that are many companies that are there that need those people. I talk a quick. So we will learn skill kana. Again, telling you, anong ko ju te man sa Sudan mana. Achin chan bi yu chan Sudan kan mon ta cha lui post ka chin yu de. Ba anong ko mit gu that chan chi yu bi kilo bi. Maybe in chi roti ba chiler bi ka yengu. Let me say man ko to Kenya kwa to Egypt. Ku countries ku ya yi pe bu ka lui pe na yi lui post every time. Cha lui ke something inconsistent with it. Ka lui rot. So ka kwa ku ya to. So are you jale man what you South Sudanese you that are trying out here in life, right? And no tini ro you. Ini ke baba kuno skill bine content alo you do nyar. Kuto in those countries kuloi. Give yourself a year or 2 years and abi lui pay ale. This is what we are saying here, right? And I ran to South Sudan. In Kinchan you to go outside. Then kind of other digital skill like man graphic designing by alloy. Kujala no other media that man pesa yuko. Cuman eating design can you kill bra kwa ka lo ko ka you pay. You can even do that. Can many things but you can even decide, right? Kwa chukule one, there was a time we post on the U-turn. I know many online medias, online platform you know, learn with this skill. Like Coursera ato, Udemy ato. And you buy any courses where you can watch, right? What we are just trying to do is that since South Sudan, where you cannot create job for us, can we try to hustle and try to make a lot of research online? So that's what I was saying. And I think now from here I will give it to someone else that is ready to start or to continue from where I stopped.
Okay. And thank you, Dorcas. I think we have really talked a lot about the skills that we should develop in 2026, henceforth. So, Kilibalwell, kane jiran ban jenga jam ne lele che kida ji ba nga de red ko ka kai ka jakai ku. So, ni ran ban jeng ko mana nye mana nong I know nong ko lui in lang de te ni tin dum kwai ni ran pi. Ni ku bor tan ku juba ko tan. Akatoka. And sometimes we tend to, plan our money on things that are you can get achin kido get their work. Chumana le yini dom something equivalent to $100. Kake dun cha plan na maybe nyocha adiak bi nyocha adiak ni ba jal balo nyiti balo balong yakol ber ba jal ber la bor ber la na yin ke chin wo ko chin ke budget tin kor bi nyocha ngade. You see? When do na tol ko akan ki in ngade chan ku gog le in gog ti le bari handa le ba den ka ye de ben no chan ba jat ba ta ho tin ko ka le at the end of the month ku ga ja lo plan on such ka aka ka to ka ko le ni a chi nyan ka le do ka za le along a lot of courses to online, a lot of skills that you should learn. Something equivalent to $100 ngade ko ga yo chwar ben yin $10 yiko kaka courses ju yikini $5 kaka ato. You see? Kuna jel ke loy lan kaka ali bira ande lo okay and graduate already. So kwanan chin loy anong a profession, a different profession. Digital skills are there for everyone. Run if you have the passion like to learn. So ka loy cake. Ache na ni ran lo ngade road development or something of that kind wini yala mang dumuna jelo lan to kan graduate. You see? Ajalo ngade in mang dumuna ti. Ajalo men ngade chin loy bin la jayen loy na ko yin da din gara paro. Acha ko long ade ko chi mindset du chi ger ku baro choben ye chin ngade along ko long yi lir. Ni ko ngade along ran da ne jelo ko diawo jalo la man ngade la ke be first class ma krere ku man la ke bi ko man na ko rana bi go bai di yong yi lo ba jalo ba ma krere go la ngade a chelo ro development ne lo quintin kana da ke yong ju ba do ba ni jeng ba la bi go ba la bi go ki ho ku da do le ku ba jala la gade ko rin te dum na chani ga men lo zu le jalo men wan ma ga rin ka chu jal ga la ni pen ka 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 akor burungin buru giro pay the later pin tin man the is more of digital ngaden work even a chagalon dun ba kor ka ba dir ko da so we need to learn, we need to utilize our time very well, our resources, the little resources that we have. Na cha lang a paper from somewhere kwa chin kicha hiyo chilon cha hiyo learn. Anong a little learning, spend it wisely. Yeah, develop some skills gotta be damn. You have been seeing people along oh German and and a lawyer, but I'm now in a different field because I think the you know malago. I think I'm not going loud there long in near the webang. Learning a check will stop. So okay, I can deal talking a lot of skills. I can learn at online. I think chi by equipment the data, and learning has been really made easy. So ko ben wala tin I think damanda dil jalo and the ngade gada a dominate kubra jalo in randa to paint and at least among the questions that we had prepared alakir look through and go ba one question ingen gana da ki piat jan de pim kumana kay kwir I mean kwir ka ban in kwir ko ba questions ko ne chu prepared wa atot and being ari bai ka tete ba ja ka ne choko jala ka ti ko bu show da bu dil taw de ngana bu taw to ke. Thank you.
Yeah, shukran. Anting question to katan. Yeah, kaya ko ba kadang anang question chiran pa na jeng ti chatan banan ka te ne lwelele. So question ya ko ba banan emphasis tower it where chol Kawa lame people like chin yindi junub kupeti ayayo yeah at some point and Louis disagree kan yen yen till to win Juba you can still work online other kadang it's apart from ngadi anything related kan yi monetization ko libanang loy you cake so just go outside there to teach any uh, electrician chamber and market damantin anang ran chola temading atem electrician chro chwara so na pien be solars ku be kakadang solars be lui las for yirun kedi e ka ho ka yin at the end of the day in benang power do power be a constant because juba nang kadang akol di de kwa jo kemenak support bene solar bene ya kadang bene yan utilize thin chatting so go buy yourself mini ngadi ya kadang chol mo starling and then you are good to go okay then you start your kadang ili biral we kwera to be we in a plan di ambalo atani pendaro and I will implement them kwambe jam ka ti so that baga ngi it is something a low road so so like a dia 150 watt each which is 450 a low computer a low telephone a low wi-fi even a low marwa te na beka kadang chatting and your life goes on so yeah kaya kor birani alan especially anang kichwal prom engineering ba yi kadang bakayang yi apiet cuman yi chat gpt yi grok yi kadang yi macam dah kau tahu jok so ku any other kadang jok yeah
Cloud.
kagak ben kaki ayu kachwal macam tu ne ayu kachwal macam tu ne ayu so kaki ako baka master anang kichwal prom engineering cost ya chakwen ana chwer $9 ba chakwen ben on Coursera $9 ba prom engineering so prom engineering ayin gada yengi ili bakadang bagor kwa chira na chile bengi mani ye ai na gada so kana a skill core because koi ga lui post outside there and statement of purpose dia man agare ni bagor machot kwa daga chinge chale though haven't phone chọc tao any AI ngadi detector chi kon ngi because of prom engineering yeah ache watch ability but in chan ngi what do you really want outside there and then you use it $9 kan man cha kwa nya kaga so ye cover letter yan gar ya chu gora pet ko gar ka pieta and because of kadang so danga ya dang ako benang data analysis skill ngi ke gol excel power bi ko na ye tabula ya dang le bangi so and you work anywhere danga dia ako ba meta product bakayangi wali Facebook Instagram kujala other kadang cuman yi TikTok kujala koki how to kadang you just focus on analytic kujala online present lebih gain adi so cost ya danga chakwen kukana chwer kadang na chwer $13 chatting so and that $13 achen ben chayuk loy currently I'm working with a certain company to in the US chatting so akana kaki I can money na chay invest pinto wotin ako certification actually bakem I know without any proof so yeah kagagato ku ile baya Salesforce administrator so ali in the whole Africa yeah aka kujala Google Workspace administrator aka courses ki ayaka kwena batch free ki yejo loy in you just pay $9 for domain kujala certification yin jo chwer pin 75 US dollars so and you can schedule ke ba kedun bala kadang chatting so okay yino we wala honestly so at my own ngadi perspective kana so anong question che jam anong question chi ran pa na jeng kadang quite chugwala no question kan yeah well how can we avoid social media pressure today social media is yeah question kana niara red ye na che support bi ni akwa kay ka post social media ta na don duro de kadan rani liberal la do marian la ne be ko je ni pi wala ba girlfriend wi la pi le ka to ya ger kada ager ya queen ko riandu e ichok so dura chalu kadan dura chalu pressurize so just to mind your own business chatting so kana akor biran akor biol and yeah so kana dun rot chapping dura chalui chalui kadang chol chalui pressurized by other people ye ga ka ko and yeah thank you.
I'll go next because I'm gonna go soon. Um, for the peer pressure, there's the good side and there's the bad side of peer pressure. One thing I like to do is look up studies for people in my age group. How are they doing? And then one time I was so stressed about having debt. I went online and I found this study they did in I think of North America, and one finding said that the people in my age group have at least 7,000 USD in credit card debt. That's just credit card debt. Now people have car loans. People around to buy, they have mortgage. They have all these debts that they have to pay, and this is not just one time debt, is something you pay every month. So when you look on social media and you see how people are displaying their life, you don't really know how they acquire that life, right? It's always good to keep in mind that kwachato in different places in their lives, kwachato with different access to credit or different access to money. Hey, Ranchi Babade or Mamade Goy buy, you cannot go and compare with Walai and Jerry Tanarit Kwan Kino to buy. And just to conclude on my the whole thing with money, I feel like it's tied to your emotional intelligence. When even marketers know this, I went to school for marketing. That when you're in emotionally unstable place, a lot of things will take advantage of that emotional situation. And for women, it comes from a lot of insecurity. You go online, there's always advertisement. Do you have pimples on your face? You need to buy this expensive cream. Are you going through a breakup? You need to lose weight with this 4 months course you have to pay. So Kage Kaben are always the temptations are always looking into your insecurities and things you don't like about yourself. So before being financial plan bagarpe, you need to identify a kamu young in your emotional state. And for us, quite a community da kadang Choma Yola said before that always thinking about other people problem. I was there. I could not sleep because someone pick a call and come dump their own problem on me. My child is dying. Now when I finally heal, I was sitting and talking to myself like I don't have children. Yongui ranching the met. You're not gonna man then a bedi rich man who is suffering. And I start to believe that people are not completely helpless. They could do something about it. And even Kanto in Kakuma, there's always a job to be done. In my school, one of my aunties, who is very hardworking, industrious woman, she ended up having to be the one that cooked for teachers at school, and she get paid like almost the same amount I was getting paid as a teacher. So I ran to the met and they're not working hard to make sure they find some money being percent more man they are core. I think it's good first to distance yourself. That is a grown person. Actually the met they are grown. They know what they're doing. You cannot just have a child without being mature, right? Now they better movement and then you start putting it in other people. I don't think that's a good thing to do. When you make decision, take full financial responsibility that comes with the decision. And then for young people, you also need to think about yourself. I don't be selfish in our community. Na ye could do need how to it. Lakini could do cheat doing a be and right? That person that need help all the time from you. Think about it. When you need help, are they the person you will call? Big in Kwan. If the answer is no, you need to decenter their problems from your life because it can go big ben big in Bakwan. Kia community a bin lokwa bin bo. Now, I chin culture being better don't feel bad about cutting them off because they are not thinking in a way that community should be thinking. Now, cool. I always think how should I build myself up so my friends can call on me and my family can call on me when they are in a difficult place. Now, your family members who are not thinking the same way, that if I'm in a place I need help and I call them and they're not able to help me, then I selfish. People who like to keep taking and they never think about giving back. When you've been helped. So A and Banapolitan and relationships too. Relationships do cost a lot of money. Always assess them. Auditing is not just for the financial statements, it's relationships, it's time, it's your emotional well-being. And insecurities you need to deal with them first because people will exploit those insecurities and put you in a desperate situations. Trends. This buying phone, it's a new phone, it's all that. Telephone, you have to start being logical about things. Telephone is, what's the purpose of telephone? For communication. So I just ping around then you don't need a new phone all the time. Now, telephone, personally, telephone that I cannot text or call people on it. Kachagir. I don't change my phone. I love any telephone in my life. So always compare from a place where you see the norm and how you can benefit from it. Not that you see the norm and you feel like in can chlorine do not can one thing Baja Beaker is there's this debate Chila doing about education and stuff. I don't want to bring the whole conversation, quite a PhD or got a PhD, but education is never a loss. Chalo, Chakwin, it always pay you back somehow. I think you think Chalo Sukuli, Chalo online could course for $10 or $20 or thousands of dollars. Chinkalo Sukuli, it's always an investment, is all I'm going to say. And this popular narrative that is going around that, school, when yellow, no. School, besides getting money, it builds your capacity, capacity as a human being, to think always about the well-being of the society. What can you contribute? And that's why I like to ask our young people that are back home and are always victimized or victimizing themselves, that Panda, these politicians, and whatnot, these politicians have fought war. I veterans. I tong bye benbe. Keen a young person, you are lucky being the daman chintong. You need to think about it, Panda, right? That's from a place of responsibility. How are you responsible for the development of your country? What can you contribute to it? Not thinking, what can I take from it? Panda, right? That changes your attitude and you come from a place of gratitude. Now, financial prosperity, whether family do and your lineage better doing ahead of everyone or better in a good place. And insecurity rot so I feel like now both from place of gratitude, there's no way you're gonna victimize yourself. You're gonna always look for opportunities. Binke inararil ago kwat go kwan and incredible. Abajapolitan and I'll be heading out. Thank you so much.
Who is going next? Unbelievable. My U-turn message to Tao, and then John, or John, you go first. Finish your U-turn message. chol ma yula before ben internet de very have you tell us in the law then I'm you tell us in before
Yeah,
ben
sure. Yeah. I think now I will just use Dinka because most of the people quite around Panjang, yeah. I chăm chakada chabe lo ju so kutong en gatong da en gatong no horo pinga red. So my message lo tong ke ko to juba or ke ko to bai wherever talk it in around to juba around to namre around to bor gwaliar or wherever you are watching from. Message today lo tong wake is that yes one on archi by currently color situation and you go to order but Butita Burjina Chan Baba Abedi. So what are you doing? Yung Kwanyarat because by a but what of yourself? Ki in your individual young Kwanyarat. Kilabalo kun been in with you, well, Kekun Balo been in Piru Binajatik in a pobia target. What are you doing? Yung lawyer Chimana Ichola Leonora and Angela Ben Macarere, Kura Anna, rural development. Kwe jala mananga kwe la bigo so ikiti ku irande ne at least ka liberate Uganda because kuting because ke jol to kul yulande la kana en jola chia lo changwan ma alo to kul lo ka chia lo tor so ke chene to kul jalo tor because kedun jaloi kwe non ke tindu jalo ke ni yiriet binyi biping birande binyi ka lo rana no to kan en because grej bana chiran grej ban ja ko nya budol but anon ke to kan in ke that skill to kan in ki individual ga yigna ga yiloi ago ni na le banala kala barga yan ke ngadi yan ga ni chen ka chira ka to ran chir mana ne na to kan mat ku to kuli do connection yak lu connect but the because ku du ni lo bi ko to class bi ting wala ko to community bi ting lo kan ga yinga lew ko kan ga yinga nye lo pet ana nong dala ben tum la temple barga yung chen wa ga yinga de man gon ga nye lo gan connection eto ko ko chimana yan man am go jam example anong one of my best friend from Kenya wa ga bot on Banben to Lijan. So that guy watch talk code it took watch long chol neck pot can go talk group. So what took bero bet how the chol think tang it what took. So we were doing our assignment with Muben. Bu belo war bu beto class all software engineering ko what took bu jalo internship. So ku jogo bupo jalo ke chol full stack klar machine learning. So Korean always specialized but anong a common cause a loy chol mobile development. So they are very busy. Sin chen wala internship lagu internship kule jalo loy be maintain a job a full time job be. Kol to go java ne jala very busy ku ben ku schedule de rear ku kang ban ai ngade go jalo reach out to me ku jalo jalo in gara ni ni attentive class ko en manan chan chi ka ngade cha garo onge chol widget presentation so you present your widget you learn nyan chin ne idea will long dot mina kun ko ya cha problem will help you with one of the widget and but I will not be part of your presentation but as long magudula defend that is up to you like okay I went on lo research then lo course lo ka generate to ke yen lo ku walk him through bu kang bu ting bu loy create bana lo to ko le widget lo present so then the gen and we gel wolu a charger yob lo in yo la at our at my workplace lo ga no vacant era a backend developer ga kor jelo la yung chilu ya apply wala lan kuch kuch la kira ni edit but man to yin ku to kana number kan ki in or email and then I will reach out to them ku my CV ku cover letter dia ba to CV dia to kana check na ga amba chuok na to la ba jala ele ba jala la re interview to lakin e kon chidan e kon chol so go ban ku cover letter dia ban ku lo ku jala CV dia to ke then after some few days kan an ci be chol ran tia cha ban ku chol an ku lo ku bu nong interview kan ye so interview chu chabla loy then later on they call me for an internship so kan ke chol connection but ke ni ngade ki ni ran when chro connect kan ko wala mat kun to to kule because chin ge ja gam ke kra ba Because create you have to go for it, you connect with people, na chapingo like a potential loy, na like a skill like a corba gain. Loom because at the end of the day, to kula chelo to run kien, no to near love, then by you miak dian on chaloy and get a job and a cool. Pukachin checkadang loy chan for that chilo for that particular moment, a yellow chan for a future for a future benefit. Man, which are low, which you have to talk in here and yes, you know, one day, one time. Kudun war jalo, not ben and the young shooting for Bitcoin. So in game in the ballet quarter B with a quarter by that long skill doing teen term. Choti you can one year a rate you lo ni go you not think near around here because you chol pu chin ge ja chol pu ye chi ke ja gar be ne api pu ya skill ku jala wala man ke kor ga man e skill ka kor ga rana le nong degree years in nong degree le say in rana queen ngade in queen let's say in queen something like business maybe that which in skill in chin ko luitin kono randang to chi skill ga ga ge ne luye marketing ga ni ka ti courses en ga ga lo ku rane no ngade no a lot of companies or a lot of startup chen ga luitin anong recommendation ye ga nyo da rane lu bila ban ne digi du ga je ana kina pa because na bar ko lo ku lo ga bigal ga be ku tinga rana no skill no maybe 7 years of experience Queen ne go to one degree to la go chwa back tar kunjal tamre achin skill ba be chote how do you expect someone non skill even if kuchin degree ko non skill ke jal wana de man ya man ko ja ko ran ma dan ko ran chin skill na bu ka che brio being accountable. So many people now or many companies what they prefer as skill chaka loy lan kin ye individual ku bakala loy be so when ke lui lak tong ko man ya chi ku wel anong a lot of things consider anong a lot of courses which are very free gal bakalo at your interval so ngadi at your free time because ngadi self-paced so based on your capabilities or abilities to understand things so ala bayalo ma ga ti to ma da good betul non ko ko sharply bi ko lo so ka chira ka khose chira ka tok ke akra ba ku ke concerning education most of again ke ya lo divide ba opportunities ba ka grab ku ba ngade ku ba ka ya ngade ba ka embrace because one chama ni nei lo na ko ga ka ku ni lamba ku because ka live yi Coursera, yi internet inga ka juigo aka live. But now man aka avail at our doorstep or or anywhere that we usually go. So I think live getting hard to reagent. So jala determination around how determined are you? Balo in here and chana go up quick skills we bagala you de ken ge raja ko so na go koto juba kuja ko to you koto bor wala to within go to South Sudan Luis skills kon Luis ka use na chini skills kono te pinge ulo ku cha to go for it ku at the end of the day I think skills ku cha ka gain ka be rewarded because the chin ke cho jal ki che rewarded ki cha lo lan ki ni ran because one day 1 month 1 year la dem be ku du na cha lo be ngade be ngade bro le so ke kle we don't give up ku ya ke ngade lo ya ke skills kon ya ke choto no no ko tin dun lo ki lo chana go no ke yutin because pira mana chen wan mi te nge go nga so jala nge num de to because create bana lo jebe ku chi jal be lo ke chiran lo jem de ki che na to so na bar tin in tie ja pet so we ne ga yen dik baru ku ken skills ku ba ga kon ba ka yang adi ba ga kon ba ka kon kar ga ba ga lo ka ku pi hot ba ga ya yu chan create ban all about hard work ku jala lon chini na di tam so I think chi jamarit ku ran wil jala man ran chi man chul me la to ju ba ya nong internet issue so I think ya brother ila ba ben yal ku ba yo message ba le ko dai show chir gan man ko la
Thank you. Wajar Ben, and first of all, we want to say thank you for following U-Turn. We invite you by upping we also invite you to contribute towards the better good or greater good of our society. So Kalabalwell, my U-Turn message is let's not fear. Let's make decisions that will impact our own life. Today wajamu kujela growth. The money is sweet. Money is sweet. Money give independent. Kwe igam freedom. Kujela kokti kok bichat yen on your personal level. So I encourage work. It's not only Koto Juba, good Koto in Nairobi, Kampala. People graduate quite in Korben Kelatin. They just want to be in their comfort, staying Pani Charpin Ranto Juba. And you don't want to come. Aguti Koko Giko. Even some words Kirka on your ping and domestic animal. Sometimes even most of us who are young people, what are reasons that people are trying to because be worse than be at least be built by taking even the families outside, because it a burden on people because we stay in homes watching Goloiku, it is too much. So my message and again, let's do something, find something to do, don't fear, start to live on your own, and for that you will learn, you will fix your life, and then from there you will have the vision and where to go. So yeah, it seems hard, but that's the way to go. That's the way to go. If you are a student, please prepare a plan for your future, and especially if you are also making some money, make a U-turn, get one name, whatever thing you do, quick be with. Let's just do it. Thank you.
Okay. About the children, Yola. Well, we're watching out of time, and it has really been a good time. Well, what was the good one over the Jal? So, Kiliba Jalwil, long run to beat and run keeping curriculum. Environment. Our environment has a strong influence in a lot of stuff you can do on daily basis. So sometimes people tend to often to go with the habits of people around you, like mana each other around. Louis spend it, Louis spend it. Each other around near learning. Kindi la Louis learn it, indi la kiringa. So like cuman itu ada you kojik meet you you near learning because in the habit develop. No ko ta tuyen ko ta kiyan man tan wani kuri joy war ga ga ta my seniors are also doing the same alignment in the food print. So in ke kor bro loy na I chadun ran chadun ni na kor ba ting ran long to ko ni mi hakol ga ran ko mana no wonde te dunia lo ne man mi yatum dun yen wotom pyeje ki le mo an ber ko nyandi na la nem te ne abaj ma mure chinenom nyandom la nem ni nyato jiti kin gile dir we ga la ben we kin we kin to okay ne akor ba learning opportunities akor ba korchuk you need to find mentors. So ran ingen ken your mentor chalo ran to ngani yin ran ni wari na no to wari ni kwa kor ken ba ni ken ran ya mentor do. So so spending time with people long goals rather than batum langade batum la ben wala ngen mana ye anong ke saboba loy lan ko along uniform loy lunch ngade APT kin tom jal ke long dun pia saboba kwancho kilo APT chan bala dai nyal ekene a baje kana kor bating. So information you will consume daily yen ga in shape like in your thinking, in everything. So thank you yen ga tete na dagila ba jawe ga my U-turn message. And one joke what the talk John Makere what the talk an kira wajiro jakta pen what was cool man. So anong kati ga jaga baglo elan ke wo dil jal man penye dira red school. Shukran don.
And shukran Duan. I think that's my U-turn message too. But the show and keep your mirror. My last word is kachika lwel banakachi and treat money chinyana gog do you every day you toy some money ben kara la watch iPhone like treat it like that. You need to be intentional about your money. You need to respect it. You need to love it, to adore it, to plan for it and to have a plan for it. Don't just be random, but or survival mode, be a hand to mouth or hand to market. Don't do that. And learn skill, invest in yourself, invest in yourself. Such that didn't be exploited or be you feel not self-esteem is expensive, and that's why many people spend on self-esteem and not invest in long-term success like personal success. Like you see, you have your money and you think now no my phone can it be now important. You can be important without iPhone 17. You can be important without a human hair. You can be important without makeup in it. You can be important in much. In non bank account do the use, but not like show off. You are important as a human being. Don't let this trend be exploited. That's what I would say. And Alex can wake. Dorcas, if you don't have anything to add or if you want a guide, like a beginner guide, a financial beginner guide, in a message, we will give you a toolkit. We have a U-turn financial toolkits for beginners. We can just send it to you on how to begin your financial U-turn journey. Just message us at the U-turn where I needed a U-turn guide for my money, and then you will be helped. Knowledge and work.
As we come to the end of this conversation, I just want to take a moment to remind you that the growth doesn't happen without taking a new direction. So if there is a message that has given you some clarity, some courage, or even a little bit of push towards the positive direction, I want you to take that with you, sit with it, go offline with it, and encourage you to continue to invest in your personal growth and say thank you for taking the time to be here for yourself and for the community, for the growth of the community. The U-Turn is not just a show, it's a community where real talk, real growth, and real U-Turn happens. So until next time, stay empowered, stay intentional, and never be afraid to make a U-Turn. Thanks. Bye.